regarding AssDave, like where do AssDave go, right? AssDave feels so out of place right now. I just feel kind of weird.
So if it was originally right, where there's a 1-3-1, Estes is still pretty good because 1-3-1 you have an Estes, he heals like 4 people. But nowadays you put an Estes, okay, put him in the marksman lane. He only heals 1 marksman. That's nothing.
Yeah.
That's you might as well not heal her at all. You put her in the mage lane, he heals 1 mage. Okay, and then where does the tank go? Where does the assassin go? A lot of heroes, I feel like Fanny, you just want to get blue and go top, right? And just fight your lane. And that's fine. But other jungles, once you get a buff, you don't have enough time to make it to top. And you can't also make it to buff too. And you won't be able to farm efficiently. You have to stay in jungle. So SS, I think SS, Raph, and just like Diggy, they're all kind of irrelevant now because you can't put them in.
You think they're just out of the meta?
I think they're just out of the meta. Unless like we phase out the marksman, we put like a tank and a side lane. We put like a mage, like a Sicilian mage, like a really strong late game mage to make up for not having a marksman. And you put tank side lane, mage mid. You can maybe put a support there. So because you'll always need a tank. You can put a support with the mage mid and like jungle, and then you can have like a solo lane marksman or like another fighter solo lane. I feel like that's the only way you can make it work.
Or you can do a support that go with jungle, but then you do tanky side lanes. Like Grok side lane or Guitar side lane. Because Guitar is still really meta side lanes. Remember that.
But only if that support by Rome and the tank doesn't.
Yeah, of course. The silent are tank fighters. They're tanks, but they're more of a fighter, like a silent. You know, like that's what I mean. Oh. I'm not talking about like a tank silent who buys Rome. They don't play as a support. They play as silent, but they also take on the role of initiation. So, for example, Estes, you can get a jungler who's kind of weak early game. Estes early games, all support early games are actually kind of strong. It's maybe level 1, level 2, you know.
Estes early game, I think Estes has the worst early game.
No, but okay, Estes has a passive to poke. He has a skill 2 to poke, right? Like he has quite a bit of poke actually.
No, but like, what's the point of putting him with the jungle? He's not going to be able to help the jungle really clear much faster. And they invade, then what? I think like if you're going to put something with the jungler, maybe Angela, because you know Angela has that skill. She could keep poking and slowing and hitting you, right? And Faramis, I think Faramis would go really with jungle because if they choose to invade you or you fight somebody, you fight a group, you can actually take that fight.
No, yeah, obviously you want to get heroes that can help clear in jungle better. I mean that's more advanced. We're talking about overall just for regular player like epic rank, grandmaster rank, because the season just resetted, and then all those heroes. I feel like if you're in lore, you can try them out to see how good it is. Because as this, we all know how cancer this hero can be if you guys have the lead. You know, like if you guys have a super lead. Yeah. Even if you buy anti-heal, it's not gonna be enough. Like it's just too crazy. But that's on the assumption that you're gonna have the lead. So all I'm saying is, just like Tinker was saying, if you get Diggy, if you get Angela, all those support, they're in the same category. You just have to make sure you have very tanky silence, and then or at least one of them, right? Let's say you get a Guitar silent, the other lane you can go fighter, whatever, right? Like
you need somebody to engage. That's the problem.
Yeah, you just have to have someone engage. But at the same, okay,
the difference. Go ahead.
Continue with my train of thoughts. At the same time, in Arena Valor or in Art of King, there's a strategy called the split pushing strategy. They have Chang'e mid lane, a hero similar to Chang'e in mid lane, and side lane they get a jungler in jungle that can clear and rotate really fast. For example, in Mobile Legends, I'm thinking about Ling, right? Someone like Ling, someone like Fanny. On the side lane, you pick heroes that can carry lane all by themselves. Number one choice I can think of. Obviously, it's Hilda, and you can have Uranus, right? Basically, get heroes that team fights really horribly, but they're really strong in lane. So what happens is you don't fight them at all. You just keep on because you're gonna win individual lane, and you just keep on split pushing the whole game, annoy the fuck out of the enemy team.
When I first started playing ML, like around my first year, I used to be Natalia main, and Fanny was a thing. So we used to go like Natalia, Fanny, right? And this was like a long time ago. And basically, the reason why is because once Natalia's farm, because of her silence, because of her kit, she can 100% 1v1 just about anybody. If they're by herself, she'll be able to pick them off. And same thing with Fanny. If you're by yourself, or even if there's 2 people, you can't kill Fanny, but Fanny has a chance of killing you if you're squishy enough. And that's basically like the same strategy where if you're winning, that's fine. You could group up and you could kill everybody. If you're losing, you have those 3 people group up, they clear mid, and Fanny and Natalia just keep clearing top and bottom. Eventually, you're going to be able to take all their turns because they can't push.
And once you get to a point where you have so much goal lead, it's not about team fight anymore. At a certain point, because it's all about wave management, right? And a numbers game. If you're so ahead, let's say because it's split push, you're like 10,000 gold ahead. it doesn't matter whether you can team fight. Anyone can initiate. Just even a slow, it's considered initiate at that point. Because all you have to do at that point is get Lord and manage the wave. And then if the winning wave pushing at the same time, the math add up. It's all it is math, like calculus, right? Like it's when there's so much wave coming in, they have to choose one way to defend, and you just group up and push one tower at a time until you annoy the fuck out of them. They can't do anything because if they pick really clumsy side lanes and you pick really OP side lanes. I mean, when I say OP, I mean like who are really good at split pushing.
Like Uranus.
Yeah, like a split pushing on their own. Like who are not really afraid of dying.
I hate this season. I hate the heroes. I hate the most is Khalid. I hate Khalid so much because. Again, it's the same thing with my Phili. Khalid comes in invade, I know I'm going to lose my buff. We can't fight that Khalid. That's just broken. I ban him every game. He's just so strong in the jungle. He's not a jungler, but a jungler can't kill a Khalid. Khalid can kill
true. Like Khalid actually most frequently banned in MPL as well. Like it's so frequently banned.
If I'm against like a Uranus, okay, if I'm Phili, I'm against Uranus. I know I can't kill Uranus. I have no CC. Yeah. He's a freaking tank. I can't kill him. But he can't stop me from killing his backline.
Sure.
That's what it is. I could kill somebody, I could get out, and then once I
get
my
Kali cannot stop you either. It's just when you have a Kali on the opponent's side, it's very likely that like that lane where Kali's going is gonna lose. Like
imagine this: a level 1 Uranus invading, and a level 1 Kali invading. Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah. That's the difference. That's the difference.
Of course. Like I mean, if you don't understand how strong Khalid is, obviously go check it out. I mean, go play the hero, go try it out, go watch some MPL. It's probably the most OP hero Silent right now because the level 1 damage is too insane, and then level 2 you have infinite sustain, right? You go trade with them and you just heal up. So okay, so I think we have kind of skipped like a lot of discussions, but if you enjoy the discussion so far, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn that bell on. We're with ADE Tinker. Oh, I mean, I guess FF Tinker now. we're with Tinker on YouTube, so make sure you go check him out. We have a Tinker YouTube channel link on YouTube. The gold lane is always the top lane, and then experience lane is always the bottom lane. You're like, Dave, sometimes that's not true. That's only not true when you're on the red side. Okay, so the regular map is always gonna be a blue side, and then blue side, and then this is a blue side basically, and a red side. It depends on where you are. When you get into a ranked game, if you're a first pick, first ban, you're always on the blue side. Remember that. If you're a second pick, second ban, you're always on the red side. With that being said, if you're on the blue side, Turtle is always going to be on the bottom side. And experience lane is always going to be on top. And always going to be on bottom. And the gold lane is always going to be on top. Now, the strategy I was talking about is basically the marksman go over here to this lane initially, do his thing. And then you have a tank, jungler who are doing this camp. You have mid lane clearing this wave, and that's all they do. Start off, the experience lane do his own thing, right? Do his own thing, and right after this, jungle and tank clear this blue buff, gonna move to red buff, and after they move to red buff, they're gonna rotate to top lane altogether. To basically your entire resources is gonna be emphasizing top. The bottom lane, leave them alone. You never touch the bottom lane. Let the fighter do the thing. You get a Uranus, you get whatever. Someone who can live, you know, like on their own, right? Basically, you ignore them. But at the same time, like after you clear it, tank can also get information on where enemy teams are. It gives your silent better survivability. The most crucial thing is right after the first jungle clear your blue, clear your red, clear red side jungle. The tank go to top, and then just stay here, right? Stay in this bush, get vision, try to take tower, same thing, until this this lane just falls apart. Until you guys get everything here. That's my strategy. This works with Mia, this works with Layla. If you get Layla really farmed, she melts people from so far away.
Just for the thrill of it.